welcome to another Marvel Rivals video. Today, we are focusing on our next target in the A to Z series, Captain America. Now, Captain America is a Vanguard. He isn't the tank in a traditional sense. We'll go over that later on, but right here is his skins, Captain Gladiator, and then this one is Captain America. I have had people call him Captain Banana in matches. I literally had a player just spamming banana each time he got a kill with him. So that's what I call him if you ever hear me say that. That's where that comes from. All right, let's go hop into his abilities and check out what exactly he can do, and we'll go and look at a replay VOD from a ranked match I had earlier. All right, here is Captain America. I would say he is probably the most difficult tank to win with in Marvel Rivals. However, I don't think he's a bad tank. I actually think he is quite good. I would recommend understanding what the rest of the roster wants to do before you play Captain America, because he's great at disruption. But first, let's go ahead and talk about his basic abilities. He has a really interesting unique auto attack. So his unique auto attack is he does 2 hits here, and then you'll see that little sign there in the middle. That means you have 5 seconds to shoot your shield out afterwards. And the thing that's great about this shield is that it is homing to a degree. So you can aim it a little bit off on your aim if you would like, and you will be able to hit them in most scenarios, right? You don't have to be perfectly on point. So that makes it a lot easier for you to like jump away and then throw punches. So usually what I'll be doing is I'll go for a punch, jump, and then just start like throwing out my punches I kiting back, right? And that will allow for the homing missile to go in and hit. And of course it's great in bunches. His next ability is going to be his shield, his right click. You have 400 HP. It will block projectiles. Let's actually go over here real quick and look. It will block projectiles. Now, from what I have seen, it is very hard to get it to hit your opponent. What you want to do is try to aim a little bit lower. You see where my cursor is below at the feet? Because the projectiles bounce high, right? And that is the case from what I have seen in most scenarios, is it will go on the higher side, as you see here, when it's bouncing. So I always try to aim a little bit low towards the feet, and I try to aim towards a group of enemies in an attempt to try and land it. Now, there are 2 things as well. With your right click, if you drop it, it'll go on a 1-second cooldown before you can activate it again. However, if the entire shield is depleted, it will go down to a 5-second cooldown. So be aware of that. That is something that you want to try and juggle when you're in a real match. It will take 2 seconds for that shield to recuperate if it goes on the 1-second cooldown. So if you go for 1, 2, and then you back out, and then you wait 1, 2 seconds, your shield will start to regen. You notice it was at 110 early to 240, so you want to be thinking about these numbers while you're playing. His next thing is a shift. There are a couple of options in the settings. If you go to your settings... here it is, excuse me. So you go to keyboard, you go to combat, and then you roll down. And right here underneath hero, it says hold to raise shield, hold to dash. I hold to dash, I hold to raise shield. Some people change those. You can put it to where it is a tap, right? So if you do this, you'll tap it, the shield will go up instead. And then, of course, if you change out the dash, you can go to a tap as well to keep running, right? I prefer to have the holds because there are certain moments when I want to use them, and I want to be able to drop them when I can, but that's up to you. That's where you can change that. Okay, so his sprint is going to be something that you are going to be using all the time. It is infinite. There is no stop. There is no cooldown to it. You can always run. The only thing you should know is that when you are running, you are very loud. The opposing team can hear you. If you don't have it held, you are a lot quieter, and you have a better chance of sneaking up on them. You can jump and then hit your left click, which will allow for you to jump onto a target. And the great thing about this is you can use that to bounce people. And one instance that I found this is useful is around health packs. Whenever you jump and then you bounce right on top of them, they may miss a health pack and you can steal it away from them. So I use that a lot whenever people are going for health packs around me, as that is the main goal of my gameplay, to make sure to grab those. His E is going to be a throw on his Captain America shield that does bash around 3 people. I do think it bounces 3 times. Don't quote me on that. Always good to mix in. Usually I'll go for the 1, 2, and then I'll go for some damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if they get low, I'll throw my E down to go for a hit. Cool thing about it as well is that you can bounce it off the ground to hit your enemies. So if you are against flyers that might be near a wall, what you can do is throw it at the wall, and it will bounce to them and hit them, right? So think about that. Think about the angles you want to hit and where you can use that extra damage. His F is going to be a dash forward, which I use for mobility. Typically, I use this a lot in fights to either get in and out of a fight. But if you do feel well and you are healthy, or you're sitting in a healing ultimate or something like that, you can turn around and use your F to go for the full engage. 1, 2, back up, throw out the damage, go into your E, follow up, keep the punches going, right? If you start winning. So think about how you want to use mobility, how you want to be effective with the character, because one of the things I love about him is cutting off reinforcements, which I'll show you later on. His next thing is going to be his ultimate. His ultimate is going to provide shields to you and your teammates. You can run around and make sure that you're nice and tanky. You keep the speed up, and of course you keep your auto attacks up. In fact, let's go ahead and check out the full numbers on this. The website, in case you don't know, I haven't shown this in the past, so I'm showing it right now. If you go to the website and you look at any of the heroes here, you can find out all the information on all the stats that are available to them, and as far as I know, they update it with every single patch. Here we're looking at his ultimate, which is a freedom charge. A spherical spell filled with a 4-meter radius enveloping the caster in a spell area with a wide width of 4 meters along the path. Cast to gain 150 bonus health and grant allies 100 bonus health as well. Every second afterwards, gain 100 bonus health and grant 60 bonus health to your teammates. So you have the cast at the very start, and then afterwards you can make sure you're providing heals. The other great part too is you get a 30% movement boost to both yourself and your allies. So you will have to make sure that while you are running around, that you do ensure that you are near your teammates for them to hit it. And 4 meters is about this distance, right? Right about there. You can provide it with them. So there we go. When you combine all these together, you're a super hyper mobile Vanguard. Not the tankiest guy in the world, but you can be tanky with your shield, of course, and you can make sure that you're using that to be effective. Oh, one thing before I forget. His team up right now. I think his team up is one of the strongest team ups in the game right now. If you get Thor on your team, perfect. You'll get your auto attack infused with chain lightning attacks, and this gives you the chance to actually be a threatening killer in the back line. You pop your extra button, and it's a 6-second cooldown where you literally can just throw your shield over and get the lightning damage, and it bounces between enemies as well if they are close to each other. This is one of the best abilities in the game right now because it pairs with Storm, who is one of the strongest characters in Marvel Rivals after her buff. I know, crazy, after we were playing her last season and everyone said she was trash. Now she's the best character in the game. Nutty. But, aside the point, those three together are wonderful if you ever have the chance to play them, and I think we actually have it on this replay review. Do it. It's so good. Okay, let's hop in and check it out. Okay, welcome to today's match. So today we are playing Captain America. This was in ranked. I do think this was around Diamond 3. Not too high of a level, but like enough of a level to be like, alright, you can be skillful here, right? Because I think like top 100 in the game right now is like Grandmaster 2, so that's like 3 divisions away. So immediately here, I come up here to the top left. I'm looking for a flank, and there's a Hulk there stopping me, but that's okay, because I'm playing around the health pack. This is going to be your bread and butter when playing around Captain America. Take one-on-one fights, and the moment that you make the other person push off, go for the healers. So I immediately run here, and I go for the healers, and I realize that there is an Iron Man flanking me due to the audio, so I back away and drop my right-click. And the moment I realize 3 people are chasing me, I'm okay with this. This means my team can move up to the objective. I notice he's still chasing me, so I dropped up my shield, come around here to the left, I see some damage, go for a hit, and come to my teammate for heals. Get up to around 450 and start running them down. And literally, this was the easiest point possible. You bullied their Hulk, and we took out their support and made them back up, right? Like, surprisingly, Captain America is kind of okay against flyers, too. Hard for them to get damage on top of him. Unless you're storming there in their lightning burst, but just watch out for that. It's a, what, 13-second cooldown. Here, I'm planning to control all the health packs and get behind them. It's all I want to do. So I go for a massive flank here, grab every health pack that I can, I'm at full HP, and I go straight back in for their supports. I drop my lightning chain attack, and I go straight for Luna Snow. She gets a really good slow on me and stun on me, but that's fine, I don't mind it. Now, I'm running here, but the moment that I see him flip to a shotgun, I go, oh, I don't want to deal with that. A shotgun can kill you pretty quickly. The Punisher can do about 250, 300 damage on a headshot. Which means 2 headshots can actually kill me. So I decide I'm going to start backing up after that. I go in, put a little damage, I put my shield out, I'm playing really careful, watching my shots. I'm very, very careful here. The main objective is the payload, right? Getting kills would be nice, but whatever. Now, here's the cool part. We know that they all were over on the right side, and that there is a flank up here to the top middle to jump behind them and get them their support, so I'm going to go that route and cut them off. Map knowledge is huge on Captain America. The more space you have, the better. So I run up to this direction, and I'm hoping to see a support, and the moment I do, I pounce right on it. Get out of the support, drop down my shield, bounce it off there, go for some damage, and the moment I start taking damage, I back away. I also noticed that one of my healers was picked off here, so I need to play safe, but then the Luna Snow comes in and drops her ultimate, and I'm like, oh, well, let's fight then. I run in and start punching like crazy. I don't care. I am going to be in their face. I now have my ultimate, And this is where you can feel really empowered as Captain America. Get behind them, sit in the middle of their back line, pop your ultimate, be annoying, be a mosquito. You don't really have to get kills. Get them all pull back. At the moment they do, you go to the front line and find another target. We found a Bucky here who wasn't looking at us. So we jump in, start harassing, and here I go a little bit too far. This is where you have to be careful against hit scan characters. Bucky just did 400 damage in 2 shots, right? I need to be aware of that, so I actually know that for next time. I notice that the higher I get in Marvel Rivals, the better Bucky players are, so good shots by him, and I'm going to adjust my gameplay and make sure it doesn't happen again. Captain America does have a very solid reinforce with his sprint. So I get there immediately. I think he goes 33% faster, 35% faster, and for context, in most MOBAs, 40% if you have like a mount or anything is like insanely fast. So 30% in a 3D space like this is really nice, right? Just gonna take this hole here. Oh, I showed you. Oh, so I showed you that ability in the ability breakdown. Hang on, I gotta show you this again because I was fucking proud of this. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I know I'm showing off Captain America, but sometimes you gotta smile at your own successes, right? Let's back out one more time. Alright, watch the Hulk here. So I told you that you could jump on a target and bounce them over the health pack and steal it away from here, and I actually pulled it off in this game, so watch this. Hulk starts to run away. I'm keeping damage on him. Probably should have popped that shield. It gives him gamma, but whatever. I see him go for it, and I bounce him up, and he goes over the health pack. I think he wound up getting it anyways, because I had no damage on me, but it's just like an idea that you could do there. It's cool little tech. Feels good, huh? We wind up killing him anyways, and we go from there. So something to look out for and try to pull off if you can, especially on the smaller hitboxes, like the smaller characters. They just go flying over that thing. So try to work it in when you can. I want to be up in the front lines immediately here. I want to start taking damage. I want to start building my ultimate. I want them to start looking at me. I want to keep them in a space. So I jump over here, and I drop my right click. And again, this is me learning from Bucky. This is such a good thing that Bucky's do that you have to watch out for. So there's a pulling animation that they have. And I just haven't been punished by this enough to realize it. But he starts pulling his hand back here, and that means he's going into his grappling hook. So I'm going to take a note for that. You need to keep your shield out when that's happening and not go for damage, because it will automatically trigger after 2 seconds. So another reason for me to learn that Bucky kind of beats my ass in that scenario. So we will adjust and play better next time. This is a part where if I'm probably not doing well in a game or I'm low on a timer, I might switch off of Captain America. Because the space of contention starts to get a little bit smaller, right? Like, if we pause right here, I have to run all the way this far just to get back to my team. I want to get on their back line, but the reinforce is right back here, because that's where they're respawning. If you, like, go through this wall back here, they're just reinforcing. And their entire team is grouped up, where Captain America does not excel as well. Now, I can kind of hold the front line, but it might be better for me to switch into more damage here, or a different tank. I kind of stuck with it because we have Storm, Thor, and Captain America, but it is something for me to consider in the future, and it's something that I'm learning more as I go on. It's like, maybe in small spaces, I get off Captain America. He doesn't really excel too much in this scenario, but we'll see how it goes. So I walk up, and I'm just trying to pop my abilities. This is where it could be good to be Captain America still, because I have that Chain Lightning Storm. I drop my shield here, trying to look out for the Bucky ult, and he actually didn't get the reset thanks to one of my teammates doing a great shield. But I want to run him down because he embarrassed me earlier, so I keep running him down. Putting damage on him, just keep an eye on my health bar, making sure he can get headshots on me. Eventually, he does get low on HP, but able to stay alive thanks to his support. Hooks me back again. I'm like, damn, man, that is really bothersome. Luckily, Luna Snow's got my back. Provides a couple of heals, and we're able to hold this front line a little bit longer. Trying to get one pick, man. I really love what they have done with Captain America. His whole kit is literally the embodiment of I can do this all day from the movies. And it's perfect. It really does make you feel like this character that will not give up. I was actually learning there. So the whale, let me show this to you real quick. Because I felt like this was an int, but it's only an int because I didn't know what was happening. So the whale, I backed up, and I tried to put my shield below a second to block it. In order to block it, you actually have to be in the middle of it and looking straight up. It actually hit behind me and hit on the outer layer of the circle, which is what stunned me there. So I actually learned something new there in this matchup. And so next time I'll make the adjustment. I feel like that's this whole game right now, is I'm trying to figure out where everything works, everything goes together. And that's why it's so important to know what the opposing kits do for you to play Captain America, or you're going to struggle, right? Because small things. You got to understand the strategy of where they want to excel, and you got to just get in the way of them. Okay, I bring out a nice little pop there. I'm waiting for my team to show up and for me to get a nice health pool. And God, that Bucky was killing me on that hook this game. Trying to clear out all the hentais that are available. Once I get around like 5 HP, I don't mind going back in. Start bringing in the damage. Hitting where I can. Watching for Bucky. He goes for a reset on me, so I just want to get out of the circle so he can't get it on my team. Oh, it was so low on HP, and he actually winds up getting the pick, and this is going to be a rushdown on my team, right? So at this point, I'm actually talking to my team right now, and I was like, should I switch it off? And they're like, no, we like this kit. The main issue is actually probably our magic, but our magic was like, we're close to an ultimate, so it's fine. We'll stay in the fight. And I was like, all right, cool, fair enough. Which, again, you can watch that entire VOD on my stream, twitch.tv/TrikSlyr, if you guys want to hang out. I literally have been streaming this game every day for about 6 hours. I wake up and I play like a roguelike for 2 hours, and then I come over to this one, because it's just so fun. I think I'm nearing on 300 hours, which is insane. Like, this is my first hero shooter that I've gone hard in, and I fucking love it. It's such a good game. Okay, so we go back to poking it. I'm, like, trying to change my strategy up a little bit. I'm like, what if I just hold this left side, try and bait out some ultimates? We finally do that. I'm trying to get over here on this Cloak and Dagger. I want to body block her in the corner here with my Thor. So the moment that her thingy is about to disappear, I go in forward, and I come to stand on this choke, and I just want to keep her stuck in this area, right? I hold that area, so now she's stuck. And we get the pick on her, which means now they are 2 healers down. So I immediately go for the tank, because their tank's going to be the next one to try and hold the point. I just drop on top of him, trying to burn down his shield. I see that both are here, keeping the damage up. And I don't mind being here at all, right? Like, I have my ultimate. I want to be stuck on the reinforcements. I don't want them to get to the point. And we grab the first offensive play. Now, let's go ahead and head over to defense and see how that goes. Okay, so defense, I'm starting to think is a little bit of a struggle for Captain America, but I have been full sending it in my games. Like, I'm trying not to throw. I know that I have 4 minutes here that I need to burn down. I come in the back line, and I'm not looking for a kill here. I'm just looking to keep them here and make their support struggle and yell to their DPSs, please come save me. There's a Captain America here. And once I see anyone turn around, I saw Bucky turn around, I come over, grab a health pack, and get back to harassing. My shield started getting pretty low here, so I went for a full sweep around the side. I heard that Squirrel Girl went into that area as we heard her footsteps through that wall, so I went ahead and continued to keep running in. And then I realized, all right, I gotta come back here and find a health pack. I was like, wait a minute, are there health packs over here? No, I don't think so. The nearest health pack is over in the tunnel, which I think this is a misplay. I think I'm wasting too much time here. So I'm gonna put some damage on her, and then immediately dash out and go straight for the health pack. I grab it, and I want to keep Luna Snow still struggling. Keeping the damage up, waiting for Bucky. Man, I gotta stop giving my back to Bucky, dude. He is gonna hit my ass every time. And it is America's ass, so. I run over here and grab another health pack. I don't want to stress on my healers, right? Like, they're holding their front line really well. I don't mind playing around the heal packs. If they heal me, great when I'm running by, but no big deal. Back on Luna Snow, getting some damage. We find the pick. I turn around, jump over to Thor, dash towards him, and I think we're able to break this pretty well. And we get a total of 4 kills. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go for another pick on their reinforcements. However, I think I was a bit advantageous this time. As I jump over here, I see 3 people looking at me. And then we notice there's a Squirrel Girl in this corner, so I come over here, and I want to keep finding those picks, just to make sure that they're having a hard time moving out. And look, they're still standing around. They decide to go ahead and portal in, so I run back to my team immediately here. And my Storm catches him on the portal, so I just pick over who's left, find the straggler, and our defense is looking pretty solid right now. Like, honestly, like, I felt pretty good about this. We've burned a total of 2 minutes. And that's my goal, is like on one objective, I want to burn about 2.5 minutes on defense before we move to the next objective. Because if you do that twice, you've won the game. Right? Especially when we have all 3 points. Keep an eye on this Bucky. He grabs a hook on me, though. And I get stun locked completely. And this is a moment where, again, I need to put in my head, Bucky's right click is disgusting against me. Need to be careful. So we're going to respawn. I think even to Mike, I was like, my bad, team. I went too hard this time. And they're like, hey, it's cool, man. You stopped them 3 times in a row. And I was like, you know what? You're right. But I could play better, for sure. All right, so we're heading back into the fight here. My team is popping a lot of their ultimates, and I'm a little bit worried that I may have caused this issue for them to get the point. So I come over and start putting some damage on them. There's a lot of healer ults going off, so all I want to do is try and harass the Bucky and make him look at me, right? Until the healer ults are done, and then I can go for the Bucky, or the healers. So I stay on top of the Bucky, I just keep punching him, I want to be disruptive. Big ult comes out, I'm actually able to block it with my shield. So I dropped that right click, but we did lose a couple of our teammates, and I was also hit with the again, so I'm like, you know what, this point is probably lost. I jump out and decide to start running away, grab another health pack, and we'll reset on the next objective. They have 45 seconds left over from the first objective, and I feel pretty good about that, right? Careful on walls, by the way. You can get stuck. You saw on the staircase there, I got stuck. Hate that. Okay, so I said above them, and I'm going to go ahead and harass them above. Nobody ever looks here, dude. Like, if you have a character with high mobility, jump up here at the start of the second objective when you're on defense. You can get free poke in. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They turn around and they get sniped by somebody else on my team. They have now gone 3 healer, and I was like, 3 healer is kind of a lot. If I have all 3 of them look at me, though, I'm pretty happy. My Sea Storm had my back, so I played around this shield. Come over and help out with Doctor Strange, get some damage on top of him. Once I get him popping up his shield and he backs up to his teammates, I'm like, Thor, you got this, my man, and I run for the healers. And these guys running out here is huge for me. I don't have to kill them. I just need them to be busy with me, right? And if they call for another healer to come back and save them, that's even good for me. But the other healer decided to abandon them, so I got the kill. Now we move in here. We know that Rocket's doing stuff. We saw his gun shooting earlier. And we are literally sitting on their camp spawn, harassing them right now. Again, we don't have to kill. We just need them to keep chasing us around. And they do. They are so annoyed right now. We are full mosquito mode. Going for Luna Snow. She's the highest priority for me. Cloak and Dagger has auto-aim, as so that can be disruptive for me and burn my shield pretty quickly. I would much rather go for the Luna, who has to aim instead, and make her use important cooldowns like her shift or even her snowball, right? Keeping up with the Luna Snow aggression. I see that they have switched to a Punisher, so I go ahead and start backing out here. And right now, I'm kind of freestyling, right? Like, I'm trying to like figure out my movement on what's going on with the map. I grab another health pack. We know there's 4 in this area, and we heard one right below us, so we go for the Rocket Raccoon. Respawn mechanic, kill that in a couple of hits. That also gives us a couple of shield props, come in with our Storm and help out. And now it's Punisher time. He didn't have a shotgun out, he had an assault rifle, so I don't mind running him down. He would have to have incredibly good tracking to kill me there. And this is a little bit too far, so I back away, as that's literally the respawn, right? And again, I'm learning just to walk away from the Bucky. My entire team, like, has realized that I'm back here destroying them over and over, so my entire team moves in with me to start spawn camping. I felt really, really bad, but this is, like, the power of Captain America, right? If you can get to a scenario where you keep getting numbers that move into your advantage and you're able to make them waste cooldowns trying to kill you, you can just sit on their side of the map and there's nothing they can do about it except for regroup. And even if they regroup, that will cost them 10 to 15 seconds to do a regroup, right? Which is valuable time in an objective map. Dash over to my teammate. I heard the Luna Snow ult, so I knew I can get over there pretty quickly. Once I'm full of health, I head back up this ramp, and I'm going to circulate all the way around. I shouldn't have hit that Bucky until after he walked over the health pack, to be honest with you. We saw him put his right click out, but this time I grew and adjusted. No, I didn't! I suck ass! I'm uninstalling this game! I popped my ultimate, and I'm able to escape afterwards. I did hear Rocket Raccoon put down the respawn mechanic that he has, but I didn't know where it was. I went looking for it, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to start backing up. They have 5 seconds left. They have to make a play. Let's go ahead and go straight to the main fight. We're able to take out their Moon Knight. We're staying on this high ground. I'm watching chokes. I have somewhere to drop down if I get in trouble. I don't mind staying here. I got a plan for everything. Now, they do get us into the overtime. So now they're in full panic mode, right? And all I want to do is make sure that they're panicking forever. I grab this health pack, I dash out. We know there's one right below us as well. If they're chasing me back here, this is an L for them. I grab the second health pack on low ground, and I was going to go to the third one, but I realized they weren't chasing anymore, so now I came back, and my team was able to clean up, and that is how you play Captain America effectively. I still have to work on a little bit more of him, but I actually love playing him, so you might see more videos regarding him in the future. Let me know if you guys want to see it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more Marvel Rivals.